Hey everyone, thanks for joining. It's Patty. Glad you're here today. I wanted to show you I've been all week working on the Bird Ballad suite and the new catalog, and I have another card for you today. We'll make this on the video. It's really pretty. These cards, you can get a tin. This is part of the suite, and they're laser cut cards. They're really beautiful, and you can back them with a color. And then they have envelopes that come with them that have this like scalloped backing. So I thought these were really beautiful. You get 12 cards and 12 envelopes and this beautiful tin. So you could actually make a set of cards and give it to someone in this tin. I thought that would be really nice. So I'm going to do a different color on this card that I make for you today. I'm going to use one of the new colors. This is Pretty Peacock. This one is Seaside Spray. This is also a new ink color. So I was kind of going through the new ink colors and trying to figure out which color I wanted. So I tried I think it's called Rococo Rose. I hope I'm saying that right, which is gorgeous. And then I went with the Terracotta Tile, which I also think is gorgeous. So I just kind of put them behind to see what I wanted. And then the last one is Purple Posy. So these are the new ink colors that Stampin' Up! Came out with. When you can start ordering in June, you can get these colors. And this is beautiful too. So I was going to go with a darker color for this card. So I went with the Pretty Peacock. And I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I cut this down a little bit smaller than the card just to make sure that it didn't get pushed out with the fold. I didn't want it to go out, but I'll have all of that on my blog, so I'll have all the dimensions and everything. But isn't that pretty just the way it is? So let's get started. We're going to first cut some circles, and I have these cards are very vanilla, so I have a piece of very vanilla, and I'm going to cut that with my punch. I have a 2 1/4 and a 2 1/2. So I'll do the 2 1/4 in the very vanilla. And that's what I'm going to use to do my sentiment. And then I'll have the 2 1/2 with the Pretty Peacock. And I just love this color. I love all the new ink colors. I was sorry to see the last ones go. I loved Tranquil Tide and Fresh Fig. I think Fresh Fig was my favorite, and Berry Burst and Lemon Lime Twist. So those were pretty. And Powder Pink, I think, was the last one, which wasn't one of my favorites, but that's okay. So we're going to put this, and I tried to put it this way, but the bird kind of was hanging off. I didn't want to have it, I mean, you could off-center it. So I decided to turn the card this way so I had enough room for the bird, and that this would just kind of go around the circle. That was my thought anyway. So we're going to do our stamping next, and I stamped the bird and then I cut him out. So we'll do that, and I'm using this stamp set. The sentiment that I'm going to use is from a different stamp set. This one is Your Friendship Means the World to Me, which I think is really pretty. But I wanted to do a Thinking of You card. So I'm going to do the sentiment from this Good Morning Magnolia. This is a gorgeous set. It's actually 2 sets. Let me get the other one. Hold on. And you'll see a lot of cards out there with this. So these are it's a two case set, and they're really gorgeous. I mean, this flower is gorgeous, and there's designer series paper that comes with it. But I just wanted a Thinking of You, so I figured I'd pull it from here. So I have that already mounted, and I'm going to do that in the black Memento ink. And have it right side up. Now these are the new cling stamps. When you get them, you have to make sure that you know how to put the stickers on. And I'll have a link in my blog to how to do that. I did have it earlier when they first came out with the cling stamps, but I'll put it out again because you want to just make sure you mount them correctly, and then you want to make sure you're very careful. The sticker is very sticky, so I actually go under it with my fingernail to pull it off. Otherwise you could rip it. You don't have to put the labels on, but I'm really happy that they came out with the cling stamp, because I never put my labels on, and when you have a sentiment, it's nice to see if it's upside down or right side up. So then I put a couple of these flowers around, and I also did those in the black memento. So we'll just put one here and over here, and then we'll put a couple of the little ones around where they fit. No rhyme or reason here. I think that's good. And while we're at it, on the inside, I didn't put a sentiment. I just did the flowers, and then I did a bird on the envelope. So we'll do the inside with just some of those flowers while we're doing our inking up. And I won't do the envelope now. It's in the tin. I don't want to waste time grabbing it, but I'll probably do the same thing. Maybe some flowers or the bird itself. Now I did color the bird with the blends, and you'll see that they do go through. So you have to be careful about putting them on an envelope, that you open up the flap. I think on an envelope it's okay, but I would open up the flap if I was going to color, and you will see the color come through. So you could line the envelope or just leave it uncolored, which I think is fine. So let's close this up, and then we can start coloring with our blends. Oh, actually, let's do the bird while we're doing our stamping. And then I'm going to fussy cut him out. So again, the black memento. And we'll close it up. And the colors I used, I think I'm going to use again. I used the stamping blends, and I'm using the mint macaron and the pineapple punch, and also light crumb cake. So I'm going to do the beak and part of the body in the light crumb cake. So you could do the beak in yellow or orange as well. And I'm just going to kind of do part of his body. And I think, you know, the birds have nice different colors, so it's pretty cool. I'm going to do the bird in just the light mint macaron. You could do it in a darker color if you wanted. And I like the way it is on the very vanilla. It's not as bright as on the white, so I think it gives it a pretty look. Okay, and then I did the light pineapple punch for the belly, which is not very light. It's kind of bright, so I thought that was pretty. So I think he's pretty. And then let's do the flowers. So we'll set him aside, but see how he comes through? So you'd have to be careful if you're doing a single layer. And that's why I'm adding this layer to the inside of the card. I could just use this, but I wanted to have a layer so I could color. So I'm going to just color the yellow flowers, and then I'm going to come in with the darker color and do the center just to give it a little bit of shading and contrast and stuff. I love these flowers. I think they're so pretty. So let's get the dark, and I'm just going to kind of do the middle. And I should have done the flowers on that as well. So let me do those. And some people like to do the dark first, and some people like to do the light first. Whoops, it's the wrong flower. I don't know that it matters. I'm not a color expert. I just color it in, and it turns out good enough for me. So if you are a coloring expert, you probably know exactly what to do. And I've heard if you leave a little bit of white in it, it looks natural. That's what artists do. But I just like to color it. That's the way I roll here. So let's do the dark first on this one. So we're going to do these, and I know I got the yellow, but I figure I'll just blend in. So this is the dark mint macaron. And then we'll do this one, and I'm just kind of doing it quickly, not paying too much attention to where it is. All right, and then we'll do the light mint macaron. And you could kind of go into the dark to blend it a little bit. Okay. Okay, I think they look good. Now I have to fussy cut the bird, and he's pretty easy. It's not too much to worry about. So let me just get this started. I'll probably speed it up for you guys. Okay, so the bird is done. And stay till the end, because I do have some cards that I've put on my blog all week that I'll show you once I'm done with this. So the way I put this together was I put some adhesive along the edges of here, and then just little dots here. I put the multi-purpose glue, and let's see, I'm going to use my silicone mat just to make sure I don't get glue all over the place. And I always like to pull this off. A lot of people don't like the liquid glue, and you just really have to be careful that you only put a little bit on. So I'm not going to go all the way to the edge, the outer edge. Let me just see if I can get a little bit out. There we go. All right. So very light. I'm going more toward the inside because the card piece that I cut, the layer, is just a tad smaller than this. And then I'm going to just put in dots here and there just to hold it down so it's not popping up. And it really doesn't take much. These are so delicate and so pretty. So I'm just looking for where there's a little bit of an area to put some glue down. And I think that's it. So then what I did was I put this in like this and just get it lined up so that it's not showing on the outside. It won't matter if it's a little bit shy on the inside. Okay, pretty just the way it is. So then let's get our sentiment on this circle, and we'll mount it right on the bigger circle. And I think the mint macaron is prettier on this than this. It seems like it's kind of coordinates with the dark pretty peacock. Have to remember the names, right? And then what I did was I popped it up with dimensionals. So just put these down. And take the backs off. And then when I lay it down, I kind of went right over the circle. I want to center it so that it looks like the lace behind it is all even. Okay, and then on the bird, I just put one dimensional down, and I put it kind of here. So he's a little bit free, but I wanted him to pop up. You could put more than that, but I think one does it. So I'm just really putting it, come on, down here. Take off the backing. and then figure out where you want to place him. You could put adhesive on his head and his feet, but I really don't think it's necessary. And then we're going to just put adhesive on this for the inside. Need a lot of thinking of you cards. I send out a lot of them. And we will do the same thing. So I'm going to open this up, and I didn't go smaller like I would normally have a 1/4 of an inch smaller. I just made it a hair smaller so that it looks like it's the inside of the card. Okay, so there you have it. These are the two. Oh, you know what I did? I also put some Wink of Stella on the flowers, and then I put some diamond rhinestones. Not diamonds, but they look like fake diamonds, right? So I'm going to put a little bit of Wink of Stella on, because everything needs a little bit of Wink of Stella. It's very pretty. I probably should have done this before I put the bird down. You could even put it on the bird. Maybe I'll put it on his belly. Put it all on his belly, right? And I'm going to go over it again just to add a little bit, another layer of it. It dries very quickly. And then we'll do these green flowers, or the mint macaron flowers. And then I'm going to put some rhinestones on. So where are my rhinestones? Here they are. And I'm going to use my little tool here, and I'm going to put them on each of the flowers, right in the center. They always stick to my finger. Once you get it up though, you can get the adhesive to stick to your tool. This is my piercing tool. There's another tool. I always forget the name of it. The pick me up or pick it up or tool pick up. I don't know. That's another good tool. I'll have to get the name of it. I'm so bad with names of things like that. So that's pretty, right? Which one do you like better? The pretty peacock or the seaside spray? Two new in colors. And then let me just walk through a couple of the other cards that I made this week. And if you go on my blog, you'll be able to see them. Actually, this one I just made today, so it's not out there on my blog. I cased this from the catalog, and I thought it was really pretty. So what I did was, this is some of the designer series paper that comes, and I did walk through that on my video on Wednesday. So if you want to see the paper page by page, you can. So I just cut out the middle, and I think I can use this by putting a piece here and putting a big circle or something to cover it. I could still use this, so I'm going to hang on to it. And then I have this. I have a video on my blog. This is all with the Bird Ballad suite. This is another one, and then this is another one. So we're the best of friends. Your friendship means the world to me. Thank you. The world needs more of you. Hello. And these are the designer series papers, which I just absolutely love. And then these. So lots of bird cards. I'm a bird girl. Love birds, love flowers. So this is just right up my alley. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Go to my blog, pspapercrafts.com. Email me or leave me a comment if you would like to get a catalog. Again, I have them, and I'm mailing them out in the next few days. And you could start ordering June 4th, 2019. So you can email me at patty@pspapercrafts.com. You could also look for my Facebook group. I do a sketch on Saturday, so tomorrow I'll do a sketch, and I'd love for you to play along if you want to follow and make your own sketch, make your own card from the sketch and post it there. I'd love to see it.